see yourself as the solver of a problem. See yourself as a solver of a situation. See yourself as a solver of an opportunity, not just the messenger of good or bad news.
You know, you have to create value consistently, and if you do that over long periods of time, you start to develop the snowball effect of getting more trust and more confidence. So, you know, being proactive and bringing both opportunities and problems to light in advance of being asked about them, and being, you know, having somebody else recognize them, starts to create that brand and starts to create that value. If you're escalating or making aware of things that perhaps isn't on anybody's radar screen yet, that's a part of the way to build that brand. But even better than that is if you identify the problem or opportunity and some potential solutions, and we've tried and experimented, and here's the data coming out of those experimentations, and you're kind of delivering in a bow, you know, the solution to someone, because that's really what senior leaders are looking for from their team, is not to just identify problems or opportunities, but solutions and implement them.
Never be afraid to open that box of a decision that was made in the past and correct it, or fix it, or align it, or make it better, or improve it. And we've done that numerous times, both to the benefit of employee or employee group and to the detriment. Some of it's been taking away something that never should have been in the first place. Sometimes it's been giving back something that never should have been taken away. I think that the strength and confidence in HR leadership should always allow you to review past decisions, or past policies, or past practices, if the result of them in hindsight was not what you sought to accomplish. And don't ever tell me we're doing this because this is how we do it, or this is what the policy says, or even this is how other parts of the business are doing it, so we have to fall in line and do it the same way. If there's a reason to push back, then let's push back.
I think that HR needs to always be thinking about how we move the business forward, how we move our business forward together. Sometimes, because there is so much policy work in HR, I think that HR professionals sometimes get lost in that policy work. And I think it's so important that they stick their head up every once in a while. And this is actually true of all managers. I say that, you know, the truth about our business, and I've been in a number of different businesses, and it's true about all of them, our business is so daily. So you're daily involved in the grind of what you do every day, and it's so important as an HR leader to stick your head up and look around.
HR nightmares, I think, is when people turn off their brain and start just spouting policy and rhetoric and rules and guidelines, instead of stopping to ask the question of, are those things still supporting the mission for our organization and the purpose, and are they creating value for our customer and our people and our shareholders, or are they taking it away, right? And it becomes a crutch, right? Because it's way easier to just enforce a rule or a policy than it is to stop and think about whether it's time for it to die. And if it dies, what do I replace it with? And where do I, you know, balance that on the continuum between anarchy and you know, people being so bureaucratic that they can never deliver value? That's way harder. And I think the easy way out, but the ultimate destruction for an HR person, is when they just rely on those things too much.
I mean, I have had the experience where I felt like we weren't aligned, where HR and what I was trying to do as a manager in the company, where we weren't aligned. And I did feel like, you know, the policy police, that's HR were the policy police, and that is not helpful. On the other hand, I have had the experience, and we are going through that somewhat right now at Concord, in that the experience of knowing we're in a certain place, knowing we need to move to another place, and HR being part of that solution, actually helping us change the culture, change who we are, change our vision of ourselves, and change that vision externally too. And that, when you get into that place where you feel that HR and the management team and the strategy are working like this, it's a beautiful thing to watch, actually. It can be a lot of fun. I think it's also incredibly important that you get out into the business. so that you don't, and because there is so much work to do in HR. And HR is like, it's like housework. It's never done. Look up every once in a while and make sure that you're on track and that you're doing things that are really important to the business. And then, on the other hand, get out there.